Imagine a life where abundance flows to you effortlessly, where opportunity appear as if by magic, and where struggle is no longer your companion. What if I told you that the universe is waiting for you to claim your rightful share? But the key lies not in working harder, but in aligning with a higher law. Today, I will show you how to step into a life of limitless abundance without struggle. Abundance begins in the mind, and the most powerful law that governs the manifestation of prosperity is the law of expectancy. This law is simple yet profound. What you expect, you attract. The universe does not distinguish between wishful thinking and absolute certainty. When a person holds a clear vision of prosperity and believes in its inevitability, every thought, feeling, and action aligns toward that outcome. Expectancy is not mere optimism or hoping that things will work out. It is a deep, unwavering conviction that the good you seek is already yours. People often undermine their own potential by filling their minds with doubt, fear, and skepticism. They expect struggle, scarcity, or delay, and these expectations inevitably become their reality. It is not the external world that limits you, but the boundaries you place on your mind. The moment you begin to expect abundance, doors that seemed permanently closed start to open. Opportunities present themselves with greater frequency, and solutions that once appeared elusive suddenly become apparent. This law teaches that life does not have to be a battle of constant effort. The key is to cultivate a mindset of certainty and anticipation. Visualization is a practical tool that strengthens expectancy. When you vividly imagine yourself living in a state of abundance, you create a mental and emotional environment in which prosperity can thrive. Picture the details of your life as if it were already filled with the wealth, health, and joy you desire. Notice how your body responds to these images, how your energy shifts, and how your emotions rise in alignment with the life you are creating. This alignment sends a powerful signal to the universe. You cannot claim abundance while simultaneously expecting limitation, just as you cannot attract light while dwelling in darkness. The mind follows what it believes is possible, and your consistent expectancy forms the invisible architecture of your reality. When you maintain expectancy, your actions naturally become more decisive, confident, and aligned with your goals. Instead of pushing against obstacles with frustration, you move with the current of opportunity, recognizing that resistance is unnecessary. People who master this principle often find that their journey toward prosperity feels effortless because their expectation draws circumstances that make abundance inevitable. Every person is continually attracting experiences through their inner expectations, whether they are aware of it or not. By consciously shifting your expectation toward success, ease, and fulfillment, you consciously participate in the creative process of life, rather than leaving it to chance or circumstance. The power of words is intimately connected to the law of expectancy because what you say externally reinforces what you believe internally. Words are not merely communication tools. They are creative forces. Every statement you utter carries energy, an intention that shapes your environment and your experiences. When you consistently speak affirmations of abundance, health, and joy, you embed these ideas into your subconscious mind, which then orchestrates your actions and responses in ways that bring these realities into being. On the contrary, negative speech, complaints, and self-limiting statements act as blocks, reinforcing scarcity, struggle, and failure. The human mind is highly responsive to language. Thoughts are like seeds, and words water them, nurturing growth or causing decay. By choosing language that is constructive and aligned with your desired reality, you activate a magnetic force that draws the circumstances, people, and resources you need. This does not mean repeating empty phrases without feeling or conviction. The words must resonate with genuine belief. For example, when you affirm, "I am open to receiving limitless abundance," and you feel the truth of this statement within, you set in motion forces beyond conscious control that work to fulfill it. Everyday conversation, self-talk, and inner dialogue become vehicles of creation. People underestimate the frequency with which they use language to reinforce limitation. Simple statements like "I cannot afford this" or "life is always hard" establish a pattern of expectation that attracts struggle. Conversely, deliberate, positive, and precise words align your mental and emotional state with the prosperity you seek. There is also a subtle interplay between words and feelings. Words that are imbued with emotion amplify the signals sent to your subconscious, making the manifestation more powerful and quicker. This is why affirmations are more than just repetition. they are emotional declarations that communicate with the deeper layers of your being. By observing and refining your language, you gain the ability to reshape your reality. Your words define your internal map of the world, and by altering the map, you alter the territory. In practice, this means being mindful of every statement about money, success, health, and personal potential. Every declaration, no matter how small, contributes to the pattern of your life. Consistent use of empowering language eventually becomes second nature, creating a mental environment where abundance is not just possible, but inevitable. When these two forces, the law of expectancy and the power of words, work together, they form a feedback loop. Expectancy strengthens the belief behind your words, and your words reinforce your expectancy. This combination transforms the inner landscape, removes self-imposed limitations, and allows the universe to respond with effortless provision. In this state, abundance is not chased or forced. It flows naturally, drawn by the alignment of thought, speech, and emotion. Those who master these principles experience life differently. Challenges become opportunities, setbacks become lessons, and the pursuit of prosperity is replaced by a natural unfolding that mirrors the harmony within. To cultivate this in daily life, begin by carefully observing your thoughts and speech, replacing doubt with expectancy and scarcity with affirmations of abundance. Practice visualization and repeat statements that reflect the reality you desire. Over time, your mind becomes attuned to recognizing and attracting opportunity, resources, and connections that align with your intention. The universe responds not to effort alone, but to the coherent signal of your expectation and expression. As this process unfolds, you will notice an increasing sense of ease, synchronicity, and joy, a confirmation that you are living in alignment with the creative laws that govern abundance. Struggle is often viewed as an inevitable part of life, a necessary effort required to achieve anything of value, but in reality, struggle is a sign of resistance. It is the mind and heart pushing against the natural flow of life, creating tension where ease could exist. When a person clings tightly to the notion that every success must come through hardship, they inadvertently block the very abundance they seek. The universe does not require you to fight for prosperity. It requires you to align with its principles and trust its process. Releasing struggle begins with the awareness that you cannot force life to conform to your plans through sheer effort alone. Instead, abundance is drawn to those who move in harmony with the natural order, who act decisively when opportunities arise, but do not wrestle with circumstances or resist the flow of events. Learning to release struggle involves cultivating a mindset of surrender without passivity. It is not about giving up on your dreams. It is about giving up the exhausting battle against the current and choosing to navigate with awareness, trust, and clarity. When you stop forcing results and stop exhausting yourself in the attempt to control every detail, your energy is freed. This freedom allows creativity, intuition, and inspiration to enter, guiding you toward solutions and possibilities that would have remained hidden in a state of tension. Those who live in alignment with this principle notice that doors open more easily, that people come to them with unexpected assistance, and that opportunities appear as if by divine orchestration. Every act of struggle expends energy on resistance, but every act of surrender channels energy toward manifestation. Life becomes a dance rather than a battle, a series of coordinated steps with the rhythm of the universe. By letting go of the need to control outcomes and by trusting that life supports your highest good, you experience abundance without the exhaustion and anxiety that often accompany the pursuit of success. Patience, faith, and awareness of divine timing all reinforce the release of struggle. When you adopt this approach, not only do circumstances shift to your advantage, but your inner world becomes a sanctuary of peace, making you more receptive to the blessings around you. The power of alignment over effort is a lesson that transforms ordinary striving into extraordinary living, turning the act of manifestation into a process of joy and fulfillment rather than a source of frustration. Gratitude is an equally powerful force, a magnet that draws abundance toward those who cultivate it genuinely and consistently. Recognizing and appreciating what you already have creates a vibrational signal that the universe cannot ignore. When a person practices gratitude, their mind and heart shift from a focus on scarcity to a focus on sufficiency and possibility. This shift is transformative because the state of being grateful primes the mind to notice opportunity, resources, and relationships that might otherwise be overlooked. Gratitude is not merely a polite acknowledgement or social courtesy. It is an active, energetic practice that reshapes the internal landscape of your mind and heart. Each expression of appreciation acts as a signal that you are ready to receive more, that you acknowledge the abundance that already exists and are prepared for the increase that is coming. The act of counting blessings, recognizing small victories, and being thankful for both material and intangible gifts rewires perception. It creates a mental habit where your focus naturally gravitates toward what is working rather than what is lacking. This habit forms a foundation for attracting even greater abundance because the universe responds to the energy you radiate. People who habitually cultivate gratitude report a noticeable increase in opportunities, synchronicities, and resources. They find that when they approach life with a thankful heart, challenges are softened, solutions become clearer, and connections with others are more harmonious. Gratitude is also inherently creative. When you express appreciation for what you desire as if it has already manifested, you elevate your expectation and reinforce the belief that abundance is already present in your life. This practice bridges the gap between your current reality and your envisioned future, allowing the manifestation process to unfold more smoothly. Beyond its spiritual or metaphysical implications, gratitude has practical effects on emotional and mental well-being. It reduces stress, cultivates resilience, and fosters a positive mindset that naturally aligns with the principles of abundance. By focusing on what is good, what is sufficient, and what is already present, the mind becomes more receptive to new ideas, inspirations, and opportunities that support prosperity. This magnetic quality of gratitude is why it is often said that the more you appreciate, the more you receive. It is not simply a psychological trick but a universal principle that operates whether or not it is consciously acknowledged. Living with gratitude transforms every moment into a potential source of richness, not only in material terms but in joy, health, relationships, and personal growth. It is a practice that elevates your consciousness, strengthens your connection to the flow of life, and positions you as a receiver of limitless abundance. When combined with expectancy, positive speech, and the release of struggle, gratitude completes a powerful alignment that allows abundance to enter your life naturally, easily, and joyfully. Generosity is one of the most profound principles for attracting abundance, yet it is often misunderstood. Giving freely is not merely about charity or handing out resources. It is a conscious alignment with the flow of life, a recognition that wealth, love, and blessings are meant to circulate rather than remain stagnant. When you give without expectation, you signal to the universe that you understand the natural law of circulation. Life rewards those who act from a place of openness and abundance, not fear or scarcity. Giving freely can take many forms, not limited to financial contributions. Offering your time, your knowledge, your kindness, and your attention all constitute meaningful acts of generosity. Each act, no matter how small, creates a ripple effect, strengthening the invisible currents that bring prosperity and fulfillment back into your life. The act of giving opens the heart, expands consciousness, and dissolves the limitations imposed by possessiveness or fear of lack. When you give without attachment, the energy of abundance flows through you rather than being trapped by the illusion of scarcity. Many people fear that giving will diminish what they have, but in truth, giving is a form of investment in the universe. It is a declaration that you trust life to replenish you in ways that you may not yet see. This trust, in turn, reinforces your alignment with the principles of abundance. Acts of generosity create a magnetism that attracts opportunities, relationships, and resources that mirror the energy you have released. You cannot hoard life and simultaneously expect it to overflow into your experience. The law of circulation ensures that what flows freely will return multiplied. By engaging in giving as a joyful, deliberate practice, you shift from a mindset of limitation to one of infinite possibility. This approach transforms ordinary interactions into powerful conduits of abundance, turning every act of kindness, sharing, or contribution into a seed planted for future growth. As giving becomes habitual, it reshapes not only your material world but your inner landscape, fostering confidence, courage, and a deep sense of connectedness with the larger forces of life. Through consistent practice, the principle of giving freely evolves into a natural expression of your character, making you a conscious participant in the universal economy of abundance. Trusting divine timing is the complementary principle that ensures the fruits of your efforts and alignment manifest in the most perfect way. While giving freely opens the channels of abundance, trusting divine timing allows you to release the urgency and impatience that often block the flow. Life unfolds according to a rhythm that is far more intelligent than any human schedule, and forcing outcomes too early or too aggressively can create resistance. Trusting divine timing requires faith that everything you need is arriving at precisely the right moment. It involves the understanding that setbacks, delays, and unexpected turns are not obstacles, but signals, lessons, or adjustments orchestrated by a higher intelligence. When you embrace this principle, you replace anxiety with patience and frustration with expectation. You recognize that every moment of waiting is an opportunity for preparation, for growth, and for aligning more deeply with your purpose. Divine timing does not mean inactivity. It means taking inspired action while allowing life to deliver results in accordance with its perfect plan. Every situation, person, and resource you encounter is part of a larger, unseen pattern, and trusting this pattern allows you to act with clarity rather than compulsion. Impatience stems from a lack of faith in this timing, whereas patience flows naturally from the recognition that life is unfolding exactly as it should. This trust also cultivates resilience because it enables you to see challenges not as failures but as stepping stones or redirections toward greater prosperity. When combined with expectancy, positive speech, gratitude, and generosity, trust in divine timing completes the alignment necessary for effortless abundance. It allows the universe to operate without interference, to orchestrate circumstances that support your highest good in ways that are often more magnificent than anything you could have imagined. By surrendering control and acknowledging that the universe has a rhythm far beyond your understanding, you create space for miracles, synchronicities, and opportunities to enter your life naturally. This principle transforms the perception of scarcity into a recognition of sufficiency, turning waiting periods into active preparation periods, and challenges into confirmations that the path to abundance is real and reliable. Those who master this art of trust experience life as a continuous unfolding of prosperity, often arriving in ways more perfect than they could have planned. The combination of giving freely and trusting divine timing cultivates a life of effortless flow where the energy of abundance circulates without obstruction, and every effort, thought, and intention finds its perfect manifestation. Through consistent practice, these principles transform ordinary living into a powerful journey of fulfillment, demonstrating that abundance is not something to be chased or forced, but something to be claimed in harmony with the natural laws of life.